Hey guys, welcome to the movie. Today we're doing Elio, the new Disney or Pixar. I forget if this is Disney or Pixar. Does it say? Does not want to say if it's Disney or Pixar. I forget if this is Pixar or Disney. Either way, let's talk about Elio. What are my general thoughts? I like this. It's a good space Disney movie. It's a retro movie that they did. It's not like a sequel to Disney or Pixar's not like a sequel to something else. It's doing a remake. It's like original movie. And from what I heard, it didn't do that well. I'm kind of sucks because it's not a bad movie. So it's like, come on, it wasn't a bad movie. You should go see it. But I like it because I like space and sci-fi stuff, so that's kind of fun. So let's jump into this movie. So, following ahead, this movie is about this kid, Elio, who wants to be abducted, wants to be in contact with aliens, because he feels like there's the only people who can understand me and all this stuff, and da-da-da-da, and his mom works for the military and stuff. He gets bullied and stuff, but then he eventually gets abducted by aliens, and because he's let out a distress call, he secretly let out a distress call and stuff. But yeah, so he eventually did that, and he goes up into space and meets with the aliens, and he brings back a clone to take his place to go back home. And eventually mom finds out about the clone and everything and what's going on with that, because the clone tells him everything, but after she finds out. But yeah, it's interesting, and then eventually he's up in space and he meets this other, he has to help stop this big warlord to be a part of the group. He wants to be a part of this, and then he eventually is like, hey, I want to meet, he meets this guy and meets the other person, the big bad guy's kid, and they eventually all get to, he has to try to help him, and we have him captured. Basically takes him hostage, and then they become friends, and these two become really tight friends, and then eventually he has to goes back home and tries to get help. He gets sent back home, and he's like, I gotta go and help these guys, and gotta go back, and then he has to go back home, he meets his mom, and makes amends with her, and then goes and tells her to go help find his friend, and all this stuff, and they go to get friend, and go back to space, and go try to save the day, and save his friend, and do all this stuff, and it's a good movie, and eventually they all get the bad guy and him and the friend gets to go like, okay, we are in an agreement, you guys are good, and kind of makes amends and gets out of his suit to save his, it's just fun, and it's about him taking over the suit, and even now like, hey, I don't want to really destroy and do all this stuff like my dad does, and the dad kind of like, yeah, I know you do, but then eventually he's like, oh, I do want to, because he's like, oh, because he wants to make his dad proud, do something, but then he's like, oh, you do? I thought you didn't want to, then you realize, but yeah, you kind of always realize, like, yeah, I know this is not what you want to do, and I'm not gonna try to stop you from doing that, and he becomes like, still, he's friends with the main character and everything, and then they offer him a spot in the thing, and they're like, and he's like, no, I'm gonna go back home and do the right thing and meets with this other kid who's like a friend who he kind of makes on the way. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's a fun sci-fi Disney or Pixar movie. I forget which one it is, and doesn't have a ticket, so I can't really collaborate without looking it up, but maybe in the credits, maybe when I'm editing this, I'll look it up, who knows. Hey, it's editing Matt here. I just commented on what this movie is, and I hate when I was watching this video, and I was like, I wasn't gonna say, sometimes I wasn't gonna edit in if it was Pixar, and I'm like, I don't know, I really want to edit in, but then I say, like, hey, Matt, you gotta edit this in, and kind of like, well, now I gotta, and it is Pixar, so the movie's fucking Pixar, we got it straight, it's Pixar. Technically, Pixar is Disney, but you know what I mean, it's not like, just Disney is Pixar, not Disney, just Disney is Pixar. It's a Pixar movie. Gave me more work to do by filming this, but not that much, but at least a little bit, but more work I have to film this and edit in, but it's a Pixar movie. There you go, man. Happy. But what you guys think of Elio? Let me know in the comments down below. This was a fun movie. I'm gonna give it a solid 8, and I hate that I'm gonna be saying 8 today. Why are all the movies I'm saying really good and I like them? This is an 8. What you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. You guys can always stay epic. See you in the next movie, you guys. Bye.